All right, welcome back. I'm quite excited. Wait. Oh, oops. Forgot to put I forgot to put the mic closer. Welcome. I'm quite excited because it's going to hopefully the last recording for this stage. I'm going to do Myrrh at the Excelsior Hotel. Is that it? Excelsior? uh, and then we'll do the very last one at a time and space. So we jumped in the portal, then somehow we ended up in Louisiana and hunted down a werewolf. Improperly, I might add. So instead of gaining any victory points because we played it wrong, I just let's just keep the reward for the one character. Didn't see much, and then we'll continue to this one, and we'll continue to this one. Hopefully it won't be, we will basically play this properly, I hope, because this is another blind one. Also, good thing this just came in, so now I have all the standalone scenarios. So after this, we're going to be playing a Path of Carcosa. We're going to be using Carnival and probably the Blob for our standalones. And that's going to be played with Min, because she basically has part of the King in Yellow book. And we'll be playing as Agnes, because I don't really play purple characters much. And when we get to the Circle Undone, I feel like it's appropriate to play as Diana, who's like a purple character, a very strange purple character. And I don't play purples. Purples are so weird. Purples are mystic spellcasters. Daisy can have a little bit of spellcasting, which is why she has a couple of purple cards. Alright, let me just move up the volume a little bit on the background. Not too much though. Alright, so I had to read up on a couple of rules, and we have been playing a couple of things wrong, but that's fine. I don't remember what I did wrong, but I know we were playing them wrong. I think the biggest thing is there's certain abilities like in your threat area that let's say Tommy has something that he needs that's like a threat but needs to use an action. Daisy could actually use that action. There's certain ones you can and can't, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Also, when you're spawning enemies with prey, that's a little bit confusing, but I don't think I've ever did it wrong. It's possible, because when you spawn an enemy, if it has prey, it depends on who it goes to. Unless it has prey only, then it always goes to the other person. Alright. This one was quite the interesting setup. Let's see. Additional rules and clarifications. Patrol. Some enemies has the patrol keyword. During the enemy phase, each ready unengaged enemy with the patrol keyword moves toward a connecting location along the shortest path towards the destined location, as described in the parentheses next to the word patrol. So they're going to slowly go to whatever they say they're going to. If there's multiple locations that qualify as the designated location, the lead investigator may choose which location the enemy moves to. Also, and by the way, last scenario, Daisy was the lead scenario. In this scenario, Tommy is the lead scenario. And that's because this scenario, the lead actually starts somewhere different. And I'm like, okay, well, the lead starts with a bloodstained dagger. I'm not exactly sure why, but I guess we'll find out. That's why I think it's best to have Tommy have the dagger. If the enemy with patrol will be compelled to move to a location when it is blocked by a card ability, the enemy does not move. So if we had Barricade or something, but we don't have any of those type of cards. The True Culprit. Each copy of the True Culprit is an agenda card with a different card template than most other agendas. These agendas have Doom thresholds, which will be found on the right of their title, instead of the normal position. Alright? Intro 1. Here we go. There have been reports of strange occurrences at Arkham's Excelsior Hotel for over a month now. Disappearance, bizarre sightings, sudden closure, sometimes for days at a time, seemingly without warning. It's like something out of a ghost story, but you know better than to simply dismiss these rumors. Too many people has whispered about the Excelsior. And to make matters worse, it seems the stories have grown even more unsettling in the last week. It's time someone looked into it all. You tried going to the police, but the grizzled and world-weary Sergeant Monroe has dismissed you every time. You've been left to investigate on your own. Asking around all the local hotspots yields no leads. Velma's Diner, Hibbs Roadhouse, La Bella Luna, each visit leaves you with only more questions. That is, until today. Walking down Central Avenue downtown, minding your own business, you bump into a man with a long trench coat. You begin to apologize, but he simply continues walking briskly away from you. It isn't until you return home and you find a note in your pocket, one that wasn't there before. I have answers. Room 225. Tonight. Come alone. They're watching. Uncertain what else to do at this point, you begin making preparations to meet this mystery person. If there's only one investigator in the game, proceed to Intro 2. If there's more than one investigator in the game, go to Intro 3. So, Intro 3 we go. The Excelsior is busy tonight. Either the rumors haven't phased these guests, or the stories have given the hotel new allure. Everything seems normal. Hotel staff carry luggage and cleaning supplies throughout the lobby and the main stairway. The man behind the front desk greets you with a curt nod and a thin smile. And an uniformed security guard reads the latest Arkham Advisor in the corner. And yet, you can't get the note's final warning out of your mind. You stride quickly across the lobby, up the stairs, taking some measure to comfort, in the knowledge that you at least contacted others you could trust, let them know of your whereabouts and intent. Your clandestine meetings have rarely gone as planned, especially lately, and it never hurts to have some measure of backup. You stand before the blood-red door to room 225, take a deep breath, and knock. There's no go back now. Proceed to Intro 4. You sit in a chair in the suite's living room, watching as the man who slipped you the note passes about nervously. He rambles about secret meetings and watchful staff. Every time you find yourself glancing at to the coffee table in front of you, the curved dagger rests there. He pauses for a moment, pours himself a drink, and raises to the glass of lips with a shaky grin. He then pours a second drink and hands it to you. This is all going to sound crazy, he says, his voice a little more than a whisper. He glances at every dart and shadow and twitches at every creak the old building makes. I'm beginning to feel crazy, but there's too much going on here to just ignore. And I've been part of it long enough. You listen closely, but his words are starting to run together. His voice is ethereal and whispery, like a wind at the end of a long tunnel. You blink rapidly. Your vision blurs. Next thing you know, you're on your feet. Your glass drops into the floor, and then set up. Set all 10. Alright, so it's been a while, a couple days since I set this up, and I forgot to put the one things down. Put the following locations in play, but did that. The elite investigator starts in this room, which we did. All other investigators just basically stopped by, so Daisy starts at the foyer. Set the following cards out of play, shuffle the remaining cards, you now begin to play. Do not proceed the following interlude unless you're instructed to do so. So let's go ahead and put these down, because I didn't do that. Alright, let's start with the restaurant. Restaurants goes to here. Does this go to the restaurant? Yes. It goes like that. Restaurants goes to the foyer, and this goes back. Alright. So, the foyer goes here. Yeah. Does it go here? Yes, it does. Does it go here? Yep. And it goes to other places that we don't know yet. Alright. So let's go to the second hall. This one goes... one moment. Alright, welcome back. The little Dunwich horror might be up again soon. He's currently teething, so... Alright, so second floor. Second floor goes to the foyer. Or goes to this room. and it doesn't go anywhere else. Alright, so the sweet balcony. It goes there and it goes here. Alright. Anywhere else? I think that's it. Alright. So we won't do the interlude until we're said so. We have a little clue here. Agenda 1A, the murder. When you came to, you're standing over the man's body. You recoil immediately at the grisly sight. Multiple stab wounds perforate his chest. Blood spills into the floor. What the hell happened here, and why can't you remember a thing? If there's only one investigator on the game, this agenda gets +1 doom threshold. Well, there's not. So we just killed the guy with the blood-stained dagger, which is why we have it out. Which is good. We don't have to really worry about prepared for the worst as much. What happened? Your head is spinning as you try to make sense of the situation. Empty bottles are scattered across about the room. Your hands are tingled. The shadows seem to coil and wreathe around you. Were you drugged or something else entirely? Spin one group as a group. Draw the top card of the lead deck, which is this. If the investigator throws 2 leads, advance. Alright, so we need 4 leads total to get a lead. Alright, so let's go ahead. Daisy, start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1. Yeah, 2, 3. Alright, Daisy. Let's get your cards out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a weakness. We don't start that out. We automatic mulligan. St. Hubert's Key. Okay, this works. Let's go ahead and put this in here. Now, should I get... Now with Daisy, I have 2 guts, St. Hubert's Key, a research librarian, and deduction. Deduction will help us get a lot of clues. Research Lantern ends into play, shuffle your deck for a tome, so we can get any tome that we want once we find one. Alright, so Tommy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jessica Hyde, take heart, something worth fighting for, scene of the crime, and Dr. Francis Morgan. Dr. Francis was like, what the hell? Jessica, let's see. Dr. Francis Morgan will give us card hawk. Okay, so we can probably do ever vigilant to put something worth fighting for. Jessica, that'll be 4. So, alright, this is what we'll do. So Tommy, this one goes up, and there's 2 clues. 1, 2. Test will. If you succeed, remember that the investigators cleaned up the blood, hid the body. Oh. So you're like, oh god, we don't want to be suspects. That's interesting. So that's like 3 different types. The only thing which Tommy's actually pretty decent with all of them. He's even, but with this fight. Alright, so Daisy. Resign, flee the scene of the crime. When you attempt to move out of the foyer, if there's at least 1 guest enemy here, test X, where the X is the number of guest enemies here. If you fail, you must spend 1 additional action to move out of the foyer. I think we're going to go ahead and let Daisy go first, because we should clean up these clues and have her move up. I don't want her to use deduction, though, because deduction will give us 3 clues. It'll be almost a waste if we do that, but we also need to. So first clue, let's put out the research librarian to give us a tome. I'm thinking we can either get the encyclopedia or the atlas. And then she can move two places, but she can move here or move here. But yeah, I'm not sure about. All right. Let's go ahead and get the atlas. So spend 3 to put the Esoteric Atlas out, which has 4 secrets. And she'll go ahead. Let's see. I don't want her to. She might want to move up there, but if we can free and move her here, 1, 2. That's because it's technically 2 spaces away. So for her free action, she's going to move to the restaurant to see if she can find any clues. Or should I just get 1 clue here and hope for the best over there? I think we should get at least 1 clue here. So we're going to do that. -1, so she passed. Grabs 1 clue. That's the end of her turn, but she still has an extra action. She'll spend the Esoteric Atlas to move 1, 2. Excuse me. Restaurant. 2 clues again. Spend 2 resources to place an order while enduring the withering glares of the tire with staff. At the end of your turn, if you're still at the restaurant, you may take 1 heart to heal 3 damage. Each location is player is revealed, and there's no clues location plus 1 clue in the restaurant. Each location in play is revealed. Okay, so this generates clues for us. It's not going to really help us much. All right, Tommy, what are we going to do? I think we should start cleaning this crap up before getting ready. Alright, so we're going to play Emergency Cash to give us 3 extra points. 1, 2, 3. So which one we don't have? Will. She can help us with Will. I kind of want to use Take Heart, but at the same time I don't want to because I want to pass this. And it's possible I can pass it. So we're going to tidy up the room first. So that tests our investigation. So this is at a 0. We got it. We tidied up the room. So let's just go ahead and put this on here so we make sure we remember that. So we have 1 action left. And let's do the well. Let's try to clean up the blood, which you think we'd move the body first, but the reason I don't want to do that just yet because I'm about to increase my strength a lot. Skull. The number of guest enemies in play, which is 0. So we did that too. Alright, let's move this up a little more. Alright, that's the end of his turn. No enemies in play, so everyone gets 1 resource. Tommy, you get another Jessica Hyde. Daisy, you get Water Protection. That could be very helpful. Alright, so 1 Doom. 1 Doom. Daisy, you get Conspicuous Staff. Spawn near crime scene location. Nearest to the crime scene. So he would be right here. Okay, so we have Conspicuous Staff, spawn nearest crime scene location, but not What does that mean, nearest? Because it's not on the crime scene, because it would spawn on the crime scene location. Prey, the most clues, and it's a hunter. You're lost, I don't think you should be here. So, alright, let's look that up. Spawn nearest crime scene. Alright, questions. Nearest to the drawer of the card. Yeah, let's look at the see if someone else has something to say. Let's go to Arkham cards. Arkham DB/rules. Let's see for the spawn. Doesn't make sense, so let's go. Let's look for the card. Conspicuous guess, that'll help. Conspicuous staff. No rules for this card, and no one said anything about it. What the hell does that mean? I think it means it's nearest, but not on it, I think. So nearest to the, but not on it. You would think the closest you can be is right on top of it. I really don't know. So I think I'm going to go to spawn right on top of Tommy. Yeah, I think it'll spawn right on Tommy. We'll just do that as the rule. Alright, and Tommy, you get blood on your hands. Test will 2. Increase the difficulty to apply for one innocent enemy, that's not innocent, in your victory display. Oh, victory, there's no display. If you fail, take 2 horror. If you're at a crime scene location, you must also choose and discard a hand from your play. Okay, so we must discard 1. Anything that could help us? Something we're fighting for. Take heart. Not really, no. Alright. So we're only up by 1. Number of guests. That's not a guess, so we pass it. If you fail, if you're at a crime scene, you must also If you fail, take 2 horror. If you are at a crime scene location, you must choose and discard a card from it. I think that goes automatically, so let's get rid of Jessica. Alright. Interesting. But I think this works for us. Alright. 3/3. Tommy, you're gonna have to kill again. So we're gonna fight, get +2. Exhaust it, take 1 horror, and you get +2 and +1 damage for this attack. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna take a horror, unfortunately. So we're at, this goes to 2. 3, we're up by 1, we're up by 3. Auto fucking fail. Ugh. It doesn't have retaliate. Oh shit, I was supposed to do crime scene first. Yeah, I'm gonna redo that whole thing because I forgot to do crime scene. So I could place 2 to play crime scene to pick up these 2 clues for free. Alright, that doesn't have attack of opportunity. Then we'll do the Bloodstained Dagger. Alright then. Well, that kills them. He has 1 action left. And so, let's see, how much do we need? Please, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I just need 1 more to get that bonus, to use the Ever Vigilant. Instead I used it for that. So let's just go ahead and test strength. +1. Got it. So we did all 3. Alright, so Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. Let's go ahead and stay at the restaurant. Pick up 1 clue. If I use deduction, I can move right here 1. That's probably a clue there. It's probably easier to get than the restaurant. Possible to might have more. Find it. No, I want to have her 3 actions to actually get these leads so we can figure out how to put this desk up. So I'm just going to go ahead and play deduction. Play deduction. So she's at 7. We're up by 3. Alright, what does that mean? If there's an innocent enemy in the victory pile, reveal another chaos token. -1. So, pass. We get both these tokens. 1, 2. That was 1 action. Alright, first action. This is all shuffled. To spend 2 crews as a group to draw the top card of the lead deck. So, we'll spend her 2 clues. Top card of the lead deck. Manager's Key. Put into your play area. When you're defeated, give the trophy to another investigator. A seemingly inconspicuous key, the word office etched on the outside. Was the victim a member of the hotel staff? What diabolical scheme is in motion at the Excelsior? Let's put it right here. Alright, and then she'll play her last action, which we use the 2 clues. Sinister Solution. The task is ice cold, and a sticky green liquid has a consistency of syrup. It smells vaguely of fish, and ozone hanging from the top of the flask is tag stamped Test 1. Huh. If the investigator has 2 leads, advance, which we do. We have 2 leads. It isn't much, but it's all you got. The only real question now is to explore the rest of the hotel and see what you can learn. Put each set-aside location into play. Alright, so we're putting all the rest of the locations. Alright, which is quite a bit, honestly. So this is a plus. So that looks like it goes straight to the second floor. Okay. The basement. So it looks like we're gonna have to move some of this stuff up. Oh crap. Alright, so yeah. Basement would go here. Which connects to the foyer. Oh, we have a strange little thing up here now. Alright, let's actually move this a little bit over here. Gotta move this up. Here's the office. Okay, let's move this a little bit down a little bit more. So it looks like this can go to the office, this can go here. Can that? Yeah, it can. And then, so we have kind of like the restaurants. And I think that's almost all my twos. All right. Room 245 and 212. So that goes kind of right here. That goes right here. Lovely. So I think that's all my two ways. That's all the locations in play now. So let's that right there. Alright. That's done. Remove the remainder of the leads deck from the game. So we're not going to use these anymore. And I think this is basically, there's like 5 extra encounters and decks that depend, and there's 5 leads. So I think whatever lead we got is basically what's going on inside the hotel, and it could be randomly from 5 different encounters, which is kind of cool actually. Depending on which lead asset is in play, shuffle 6 cards into the encounter deck as follows, along with the encounter discard pile. So if the alien device is in play, which is not, manager's key into play, set aside 3 set-aside copies of Hotel Security. Which one is Hotel Security? I'm not particularly sure. So tell me on here which one's Hotel Security. Is this Hotel? Okay, I see. Hotel Security, got it. It's not the encounter set. It's the actual cards in it. And these guys are, oof. Tomb of Rituals in play. It's not Sinister Solution. It is Morbid Awareness. Alright, so I never really showed how I really like to shuffle these. So when I start the cards, yeah. So what I like to do is kind of like throw them in between as best I can, and then shuffle. So the office is locked, but Daisy does have control of the manager's key, so she can get in there. And I think we might have to. Alright, so that's all of it. Following leads. Thanks to the leads you discovered in the suite, you're fairly sure whoever framed you is still in the hotel. The only real question is to find this person. Look at the leads you found, you feel like the answers are right in front of you. And this is the last act. Learn more about your leads by placing clues on them. On these. Using abilities on some locations. Interesting. Interesting. The more clues, the better. At the end of the round, you may choose to advance if each lead has at least one clue on it. If you wish to present this evidence to the police, you may wish to have at least 2 clues on each lead. Okay. So Daisy can quickly go in here, into the office, 1-2, using her esoteric atlas. Should I go with her? Maybe? Center solution. Where would that be? It might be in the basement, actually. But either way, everyone's turn is done. So, everyone gets 1 clue. Daisy, you get Encyclopedia, which is great. We might need that. And Tommy, you get a beat cup. Police is already here. Alright, no enemies. 1 doom. Daisy, you get Violent Outburst. If there are no humanoid enemies in play, search the encounter deck, discard pile for a humanoid. Draw it, reshuffle the encounter deck, otherwise the nearest enemy readies moves. Alright, so we're looking for a humanoid. Conspicuous staff again. Great. So it goes right back to Tommy. Well, no, I guess it doesn't really have to. Or the closest time scene where she's at, I think. So it's 1-2. That's a crime scene. 1-2 is a crime scene. So let's actually put them right here. So Tommy doesn't have to worry about it. And it has Hunter, so they're going to start hunting. So they're going to move around, unfortunately. Tommy, blood on your hands. For each innocent, gets just 1. Oof, I don't want to take any more horror than I already have been. -2, so he takes 2 horror. And then, if you're at the crime scene, you must also discard a card from your hand. Should have put take heart, actually. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we're discarding Beat Cop because we don't really need Beat Cop. We need Jessica and Dr. Francis. Alright. How are we going to do this? Let's get Tommy ready. So he's going to play Ever Vigilance. So, 3 cards. This is going to cost 2 for Jessica Hyde. Cost 2 for Dr. Francis Morgan. And cost 2 for something worth fighting for, which is exactly what he needs right now. And she gets 2 damage on her. Alright, so that was 1 action. I think we're going to have him start moving into the basement. Maybe the center solution, something in there, I'm not sure. So move, he's going to move 1 right here. After you enter this location, you must immediately move. You may immediately move to a connecting location. If you do not reveal, if you do, reveal a random token. If it's a thin instrument, draw the top card of the encounter deck. So we're like basically running. I don't really like this encounter deck, so we're gonna have him just move another 1 down here. Boom. That's the end of his actions. Alright. Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. We're gonna spend 2 to put down the Encyclopedia because I think we're might need it. Now, she's gonna spend one of her free actions to use the Atlas to move Boom into the office because she has the manager key. The door of the office is locked. You cannot enter the office unless you control the manager's key, which we do. Let's move this out of the way. 1, 2, 3. Dang it, we could really use the deduction now. Oh well. Test. For each punch you say, you may move one clue controlled by an investigator in the office. Holy crap, that's really good. So she could like soup that all up and then put it on the key. And basically, we need 4s on the key to make sure we win this. Alright, so our last 2 actions is going to go ahead and... So she's going to try to grab 1 clue. +1, she got it. Last action, grab another clue. -3. Did she get it? I don't think she did. Yeah, she did not get it. Ironically. Alright, that was all everyone's actions. Alright, Jessica's healed 1. Alright, so everyone gets 1 thing. Daisy, you get a shortcut. That'll be helpful. Tommy, you get a 45 automatic. That'll be very helpful. Because I don't want to keep using this. Alright, so let's see. 1 doom, and this advances. As you retrace your steps to make sense of the situation, there's a pounding on the door to the suite. This is the police, a stern police calls out. We got reports of disturbance. Open up. I'm not in there anymore, though. Spawn 1 set-aside Arkham officer enemy at the 2nd floor hall. If there's 3 or 4, which we're not worried about that. Okay, so I think they're right here. Arkham officer. They get 2nd floor hall, so it's right here. Bam. The lead investigator draws the set aside what have you done weakness. Oh, then shuffle each other Arkham officer enemy into the encounter deck along with the discard pile. Lovely. Alright. The lead investigator draws the what have you done weakness. An additional cost for you to parlay. You must discard a card at random in your hand. For each of the following circumstances, which is to place 1 clue on room 225 and place 1 doom. If the okay. If the investigator has not cleaned up the blood, so basically we would put doom on the Arkham on this guy because they're investigating this. Alright. But since we cleaned it all up, we don't get that doom, but we also don't get the clues that can spawn there. That makes sense. Special investigation. You're not the only ones interested in the strange events at the Excelsior tonight, and the police are onto you. You're still not sure what happened, or could happen again. After you investigate at the same location as police is ready police enemy, discover 1 or more clues, deal... After an investigator at the same location as a ready police enemy discovers 1 or more clue at that location, or deals damage to a humanoid enemy, place each ready enemy at the location engages. Okay, so basically if we're looking for clues, they'll attack us. If we hurt anyone, they'll attack us, but right now they're basically aloof. Oh, and this guy moves down 1. I forgot to do them. Alright, so alright, how do we want to do this? Alright, Daisy, hotel security, spawn at the nearest empty location, which is, this is the closest empty location, hotel security. If there's at least 1 guest enemy into play, hotel security loses hunter and gains patrol nearest location with a guest enemy. There is no guest enemy. Alright, so Tommy, things are getting real. Alright, Tommy, you get violent outbursts. Otherwise, the nearest humanoid enemy readies, moves until it reaches your location, engages you, and makes an immediate attack. So, humanoid. That or this? So this guy comes up and makes immediate attack. So he comes up onto here. So we're going to put 1 damage on Dr. Francis Morgan and 1 damage on Jessica Hyde. Alright. That's not good. Tommy, I think we need to get rid of this thing. Alright, so let's say we kill the hotel security because he's weird. We're gonna use the fight, but we're not going to exhaust it. So now, fine. I'll say why. So we're going against a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're up by 4. That's pretty good, to be honest. -1. So we do 1 damage to him. Right, 2. And then we'll go ahead and use the special ability. We're up by 5. Or no, we're still up by 4. But we'll do 2 damage. And we'll, instead of putting it on my character, we'll put something worth fighting for. -2. So we flat out kill him. Now we still have one movement left. And this one we're going to move right in here. And that's the end of our turn. So we're basically, hey Daisy, yeah, shit's going down. Alright. Daisy, it would have been really great if we had our deduction now. I'm kind of sad that I didn't. So, we'll, for a free action, do Encyclopedia to gain, so we're at 7. So we'll gain 1 clue. Ooh, -3. If you fail, there's an end to take 1 heart. So that's 6. So we beat it by 1. Alright, so we get 1. And for the next action, we go down to 2. Let's explore again. Auto fail. Lovely. Last action. Skull. Number of guest enemies in play. They're not guests, so they don't have the guest trait. So we get it. I was kind of hoping to use that last action to move all of these onto here, because she'll definitely be able to do that. And then we could do the manager key. Alright. It's the end of everyone's turn. Everyone gets 1 resource. Daisy, you get Abyssal Tome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Tommy, you get Becky. Oh, Becky will definitely be helpful, to be honest. We need to take him out. Take her out. Oh, I forgot. We'll move this guy. Most clues, so he's going to come down to us. Aloof patrol. The nearest location with clues, which is... So he stays here, yeah. At the end of the enemy phase, one clue to the Arkham location. Flip into its doom side. Oh. Oh. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Same goes on here. Daisy, you get Driven to Madness. If there's no human enemies, gain Surge. Otherwise... So, the staff is driven to madness. Tommy, you get Mr. Tombly. Spawn at the foyer. which is right here too. Fucking hell. After he enters play, immediately resolve Hunter and Patrol keywords on each enemy staff in play. So he still stays there because there's a clue, and this guy moves up to us. So he's basically going to attack us. Great. Alright. Oh, and Jessica lose one. Alright, so... Oh, and I forgot to draw a card for Transfer Francis Morgan, so something worth fighting for. Alright, so... How do we want to do this? We need to get rid of this staff, Tommy. So... We're up by 1, 2, we're up by 4. So we'll do what we did last time. Exactly what we did last time, actually. So we're up by 4. Auto fail. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. We'll fight him again. That's -3, so we did beat him. So we did 1 damage to him. He doesn't have retaliate, so it doesn't matter. And then we'll use that, put a thing on something we're fighting for, and attack him again. -2, and we kill him. Because that does plus additional damage. I can't believe that just happened. That sucks. Alright, so we do have enough points to put that in there. So, we'll use our free action to increase her will. Then she's going to go ahead and go up. She's up by 4. 0. She gets it. And now we're going to try to put points onto here. Onto the manager's key. -2. So you're at 5. So we can put 4 clue tokens on here. We did it. We don't need to be in the office. We just need to find a place for Sinister Solution, and I'm hoping it's the basement, but it may not be. So Esoteric Atlas, I just realized you just moved to that location. So when she moves down here, she could use this to go boom. That's pretty cool. That's really nice. So does she have enough actions? Because I got 1, the last action. Then I used it. Yeah, she has 1 action left. So she goes in the basement. Tome of Rituals. No. This is not where we need to be. Alright. I think it's either at one of the rooms. So, everyone gets 1 resource. Daisy, you get St. Hubert's Key. I was kind of hoping for a deduction, but I'll be too lucky. And oh yeah, we forgot to do Dr. Francis Morgan again. So he gets let me handle this and a guts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be very helpful. And Jessica heals. Alright. Enemy's turn. At the end of the enemy phase, I'm skipping the phase and I know it, I really shouldn't be. So that goes down. Oh, he might be really hard with her. But I could probably no, because he's gonna come down here and he's like, she's gonna see me try to kill this guy. That sucks. I do not have any foot to. I can use Becky, but do I really want to use Becky for that? I might have to stay down here. Alright, so Daisy, you get Arkham Officer. So the Arkham Officer is down here. And Tommy, you get Hotel Guest. Nearest hall location, which I think is the foyer of the hall? Yeah. Patrol, nearest crime. At the end of the enemy phase of hotels is at a crime scene, add 1 doom. Lovely. Okay, doom is like coming off really hard, but if we can find that location, it's one of these locations. So we're going to start with Daisy. We're going to do our free action, Esoteric Atlas, to move her 1, 2. Basically, just free movement for 2 locations away, which is right there. And he's aloof, he doesn't care. So I can talk to him and basically flip this to one of the clue sides. But I don't think we're there yet where we need to worry about it. I think we just need to find that sinister solution. So, spend 1 action to move up to here. Time Lorn Rocket. Crap baskets. I'm going to be really pissed if it's this one, because that's the one that has foot. It probably is. Oh. Well, this actually loses the crime scene. Oh, well, this one doesn't. Oh, can I... Well, I can't. If I use Encyclopedia, I won't be able to. She has Shortcut. So let's play Shortcut. I think I'm going to have to do that. Okay. This is what I'm doing. I'm spending 1 of my actions, which I already used a free action on a tome, so I can't do another one, to give herself 2 foot. And then I'm going to... Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Using this to be up by 1 to try to get into that room. Oof. So she immediately enters. Is this what we need? Yes, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and she draws 2 cards because she has 2 tomes. Inquire through the, so the first card is through the gate. Draw the top card of your deck, which is this. If it's not a weakest, remove that card from the game. Crap. So Inquire in Mind, that could have been quite helpful, is completely gone from the game. So can't use that anymore. Alright. Alright, so we draw a new card for Daisy, because of that last one. Necronomicon. Alright. Tommy, what are you going to do? Okay. Tommy's basically stuck here. Tommy's going to move 1 down to the basement. Okay, so this is going to move over to the basement. So he's going to try to talk them out of it. It's like, hey, what's up, friends? So while he's doing that, you can go ahead. If I put Becky out, I'll lose the Bloodstained Dagger. But you know what? That's fine. We'll discard the Bloodstained Dagger and play Becky. So there's 1 action left. And then he's going to draw one token. All right. Oh, that's 2 on here. 2 AML. All right. So, enemy's turn. He's going to move to the nearest locations, which will move him up here, which thankfully we did move him up there. Hotel guest is going to move down here. So, Arkham Horror, he gets one, she gets one out of the bag, and he flips one over. Whew! A lot of them. Alright, so, wait, did I just give everyone... No, I didn't. So, everyone gets one. Daisy, you get the weakness Necronomicon. Crap. Let's get rid of the Esoteric Atlas because we don't need that anymore. So basically her Elder Sign effect is now a weakness. And Tommy, you get Darren. Alright. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She needs to grab all 4 of these. Ugh. One Doom goes on here. Daisy, you get Test Will. You know what? That's fine. We'll play a Guts. So we're up by 3. It's at -2. So she passes, and she gets a free card draw because of Guts. Stargazing. That's not going to really be helpful right now. I said earlier. Tommy, you get Morbid Awareness. Test Will 6. Reduce the difficulty of this test by 1 for each location away from room 212 you are. So here's 1, 2, 3. So this is a test of 3. That ain't bad. Place 1 clue your token in your place or take 2 horror. That's not bad either, to be honest. So we'll play Guts. So we're up by 2. And we pass. And he gets to draw a card. Darren, which is worthless for us right now. Alright, so Tommy, go ahead and get rid of what have you done. Shuffle back into your deck, which means we have to actually put a card back on here. Let's try to talk to the, let's see, either Will or Book. Will or Book. Let's do Take Heart, just in case we fail, something good's going to happen to us. So we're at 0. Fail, so he gains 2, and then 2 things. Self-sacrifice and True Grit. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to do the same thing again, but this time we'll commit 2 cards. And this is his last action. So he's up by 2. And we got another -2. So that means the hotel guest gets discarded. Alright, Daisy. Let's put your Cyclid free action to put your encyclopedia up by 1 or 7. So we're up by 3. Any way to help? Not really. So she gets 1. Fail. 3. So she gets 2. Everyone. So this goes over to this side. This goes over to his side. Oh, Mr. Trummer was supposed to follow us, Hunter. So he was supposed to come after us. I did not realize that. So he would have came over already and hit us. So let's do that now. It's just go for 2, and you would hit 1 on something worth fighting for. So let's get shuffled back into the deck. After an investigator at the same location has already please. Okay. Alright, so yeah, we're good. It does, so he gets 3. We're gonna put 2 on Becky. Actually, yeah, let's put 2 on Becky. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9. Alright. Daisy, you get blood on your hands, which we'll go ahead and do another guts, because if that guts can give us a deduction, that would be amazing. So we're up by 3. That's an automatic failure due to her weakness. If you fail, take 2 hard. We're at a crime scene. Yes, we are. So you must also choose and discard a hand. We'll discard this one. So she takes 2 horror. Ain't so bad. Tommy, Arkham Horror, aloof. So there's 2 police officers right there now. All right. Let's play you, Daisy, because you might be able to finish this. So she'll play Encyclopedia, game +2. So she gets a. If there's an innocent in the victory pile, reveal another clue. There's not. So we get 1. Come on, 1 good one, and we can end this. 2. She gets both those tokens. She has 1 action left. Test 3. If you succeed, move any number of clue tokens. If you get this clue token, we can go to the police to gather the evidence and get out of here. I hope, because there's still other cards in here, like the hotel manager himself, who is basically a blob of eyes and tentacles, and the harvested brain. So, auto fail. Auto fail. Tommy, you're gonna get hurt. If I fight, these Arkham officers are going to attack me. And you know what? Part of me is okay with that. So we could technically parlay too. Oh, the self-sacrifice is only at another location. Alright, so, let's just kill Mr. Trombley. There's Arkham officers here, but we're not going to kill them. We're basically going to take all their damage. So, Mr. Trombley will take 1 action off of Becky, and we get 2. So basically we're up by 4. And then we're going to play Darren too, so... But we're using Darren to increase our... to get a card draw at the end. -2, so we do 2 damage to him. And then the officer's like, what the heck? And just start coming at us. So now they're engaging with us too. And Darren gives us a new card, Overpowered. Okay. Spend another on Becky, and we're going to play Darren and Overpowered. So we get 2 draws at the end. If we succeed, which are a good chance that we will. +1. Does another 2 damage. 1, 2. And we get 2 more cards. What have you done? And Zebulon Whitley, which actually could have helped us earlier. Oh well. Alright, so we could just punch him. I mean, how much? We'll be up by 2 if we just punched him. Oh, what the heck? We'll use Becky. And that will be so 1, 2. Yeah, this is our third action. 0, which kills Mr. Tompkins, and he goes in the victory pile. But we're not going to really track victory anymore because of the issues last time, and I have issues with using the app, so we're not doing that. Basically, we have enough experience to beat the campaign, and next time we're going to be using an actual log instead of using the app, because for some reason the app's kind of wonky with gaining experience afterwards, and I don't know why. Dr. Francis Morgan gives us a card draw. Scene of the crime. And that's the end of his turn. So these guys are going to both hit us for 2. So we'll put both of them on Dr. Morgan, and Jessica heals at the end of your turn. So I'll actually put 1 on him, 1 on Jessica. Alright. And Daisy, what are we doing? Nothing. So we each get 1 resource. Daisy, you get deduction. Okay. Thank you. Tommy, you get True Grit. Tommy, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so that goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Daisy, you get the conspicuous status. Nearest crime scene. So that would be on her. So she actually has an enemy now. Noxious Fumes. Revelation. Play in order. In player order, each investigator at your location must choose. Test fight, to hold your breath, or test to flee before the gaps. If you succeed, move to a connecting location. If you fail, take 2 damage. We're going to hold our breath. So we're up to 2. And we get -2, so everything's fine. Alright. Daisy. How are we going to deal with this? How are we? An additional action, we'll use Encyclopedia to increase it up by 2, which means this guy hits us, which will have him to kill the research librarian. And then we're going to use all our abilities. At the end of the round. Because I think this is going to end the game. So we're going to take another additional damage on her. Oh, they're almost not stuck, but the way I'm holding them. And we're going to use Deduction, Stargazing, Necronomicon, Abyssal Tome. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skull, we got it. The number of guests in play doesn't matter how much skill points we have. So we get to put all 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the Sinister Solution at the end of the round. So that was her. Let's not use a free action for that. And she's just gonna punch the staff. She's at a 0. +1. She does damage to them. That's funny. Alright, Tommy. You're in a pickle. And we're just gonna ignore our turn. Enemy's turn. He's gonna hit Daisy again, so Daisy's hurt pretty bad. But I'm hoping, since it's the last act, we have enough leads to finish this. I'm hoping. Because if it's not, something else comes in, because we have the hotel manager and Harvested Brain still available. And we can only continue this at the end of the round. So these guys are all going to hit us. These guys are going to hit us for 2. Jessica, Jessica gets healed once, so gets hit by 1, and put another one on Dr. Francis Morgan. It was quite helpful, actually. I would think we might need more brain, but these two have been holding out on their own really well, especially Jessica. But Jessica Hyde is actually really good at that. Alright, so enemy's turn's done. This guy actually would move. He move down here. We all get Daisy. You get Daisy's tote bag. Tommy, you get Vicious Blow, which we could have used earlier, but whatever. And you may choose to advance if each lead has... Okay, so we're choosing to advance. Read Scenario Interlude The Truth on page 10. Oh shit, I don't think we finished this. The Truth 1, the Truth 2. Which one do we play? Truth 1, okay. Your investigator is halted by Sergeant Monroe, the very same police sergeant who has spurned your earlier warnings about the Excelsior Hotel. He is clearly expectorated by all the strange happenings in the building and demands answers. Now listen here, he says, his hand twitching towards his holstered gun. I'm a reasonable man, but you looking mighty suspicious. You better tell me everything that's going on right now, you understand? Or you're going to take a one-way trip to the street to the big house. Tell him the truth, or lie about your involvement. Tommy is a cop. I think they might trust him with that, so he's going to tell the truth. You explain everything to Sergeant Monroe from the beginning, your rumors, the notes, the murder. The more you explain, the more you realize how crazy it all sounds, but you know the truth and you know you're innocent. But you have the evidence to back it up. Sergeant Monroe will only believe you've collected enough evidence and if you did not try to cover up your involvement. We did try to cover up the involvement, though. Oh. So he doesn't... No, I don't believe you, the man says, with holding his weapon. None of this checks out. You're coming with me, pal, and you can sting your story down to the station. You raise your hands and you start ushering you out of the room when a tremendous crash from another part of the hotel. The entire building skates to its foundations. You hear a hotel screaming, "What the hell?" Locks the door to you and then stay put, he warns, or I swear the next time I see you, you'll be getting chaffed. He runs to investigate the noise, running out how he's getting too old for this job. Remember, the police don't believe you. Remove Sergeant Monroe from the game. So, these guys actually go away. Shuffle the encounter discard pile and skip to 7th, so. Well, quite the predicament we're in. They did clear out all the clues for us, so we get victory, but we're not going to be using those victories points anyway. That's interesting because I cleaned it up. Go to Truth 7. Thanks to your kind of investigation, you have a better idea what's going on. You're not the real culprit. There's much more happening behind the scenes of the hotel, and you're caught in the middle. 2 lead assets. Okay. Manager's Key and Sinister Solution. Okay, here we go. If Sinister Solution and Manager's Key in play, the victim was performed horrible experiments within the Excelsior and already transformed much of the staff, and you were next to the long line of subjects. The only experiment was a failure. Now it's up to you to put a stop to these horrible transformations by destroying the act. We're not done with this. Crap baskets. I thought we would be done. Remove all Doom from play. Advance the act and agenda deck to the set aside culprit 8. I think I put right here then? Is this a staff enemy? It is, so if this guy actually comes back. At this point, let's just get the hell out of here. I wanna leave. If I didn't like say, okay, Daisy, take a couple of hits, we'll be fine. No, we're not fine. I mean, technically we could still do it, but I'm not. We'll see. Okay. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until one staff enemy. Hotel guest. It's not a staff. Here's a staff. Hotel security is in the foyer. Set aside the harvested brain to room 112. Lovely. Each lead, remove one clue from this asset. Search the encounter deck as part of the staff enemy draw it. After a staff is defeated, deal 1 horror to harvested brain. Oh, Daisy's actually pretty good, decent. Okay, so if there's 2 plus, okay, we basically have to kill staff until we get to the harvested brain. Oh, I'll be right back. That was a quick experience. Alright, I went upstairs to check out my little Dunwich horror and he ended up being okay. Alright, so at the end of the investigation. Oh, that's not good. This is really not good. At this point, I just want to leave. Now that we get the general idea, the next time I come into it, I'm like, okay, I gotta remember the true cult. There's another agenda. An act deck, and I'm like, ugh. Oh well. So let's leave. So Daisy will get hurt. So she would be at 7, 6 damage, and 4, and then she can resign and just flee. Yep, that's what she's gonna do. Boom, boom, flee, and Tommy's gonna flee. We're getting out of there. We're not prepared for this, especially with Daisy. I should not have got rid of all those things, and I should not have tried to cover it up. Oh, it feels so bad. Alright, well, let's go see the Resigned. What happens when we resign? No resolution was reached on the last investigator resigned. With no hope of solving this mystery, you fled the hotel. Unfortunately, your flight did not prove your innocence. It wasn't long before the bulls tucked you down and the dreaded knock on your door. Open up, Arkham Police. Ooh, Resolution 3. You sit in a cold, dark holding cell awaiting your arrangement. You have no doubt with the evidence the police gathered, you'll be spending the rest of your life behind bars. You've sworn high and low that you had nothing to do with the murder, but doubt lingers in your mind. Could it have been you somehow? What really happened to Excelsior that night? Just as you hear rapping on the bars of your cell, an officer stands just outside looking away from you. He slips a folded note between the bars of your cell. No one better than to ask his intentions out loud. You slowly walk over, unfold the note, your fingers shaking with trepidation. It's all facade. Room 225 tonight. This isn't over. Just as you finish reading the note, you hear the click of the cell's latch unlocking. The officers are gone, and the door to your cell swings open. If this is the first time you play this scenario during this campaign, you may replay it. Huh. Reset the game scenario setup. Do not record anything else in your campaign log except for any trauma. No experience points in the game. So that's kind of cool. So you can like redo it. But we're not going to do that. We want to finish this campaign. This was just a quick check on this. Each investigator earns experience. No, we don't. The lead investigator must add what have they done weakness to the deck. They may also choose the bloodstained dagger. Search the collection for the detective or madness weakness. So we keep this. We're not going to keep the dagger though. So where's the dagger? We'll put this bloodstained dagger back. And that's cool because this could actually give us the. That's interesting. So we get a madness or a detective weakness, and I think there's only one detective weakness. Is the I forget what he's called, but basically he's like a guy, the cop that thinks you've done something wrong, and he's constantly going after you through the ends of the earth and beyond. All right, first one. Omen, 13 visions, not. Pack, not what we're looking for. Curse, not what we're looking for. Through the gates, which is appropriate. So he also got a through the gates thing, just like Daisy, which is perfect because they're constantly going through portals. So we'll go ahead and add that to his deck. And that's been Murder of the Excelsior Hotel. Much better than Curse of the Rougarou. Even though I like Curse of the Rougarou, this one is quite interesting because there's like so many different ways this can go. There's 10 different endings to this. Okay, so this is number 8. So we put this right here. All right. See you next time for the very last scenario of this campaign. Lost in time and space.